Hey everyone, and welcome back for another cool tool interview. This is my friend Kathy with Norwex, and she's going to share with us an app that she loves called PHOTOFY. And this is another one that I have zero experience with. I know nothing about the app, Kathy, so I am super excited. You said that this is one that you would be willing to share, so I can see it in action. It's one thing to see it in the App Store. It's another thing to see how people use it, especially people in our industry. So I am super excited to have you here. If you could tell us a little bit of backstory, like, oh my goodness, what made you say, I need a photo app that I can use on my phone, that I can make all these graphics with? What made you go looking for something like that?
Well, there's just so many graphics that I need to share when it comes to, invitations, how to use products, just really anything. And so fortunately, our company sort of had put it out there. So I went searching for it and I thought, what a great app. And then they've also got a corporate account now. So that provides all our company's graphics. So I can pick and choose which ones I want to use, as well as we have Facebook groups where a lot of our sidelines share graphics and then tell us, go ahead, use them, just put your own name on them. So I can also take a lot of my sidelines graphics and then just personalize it to make it a little bit more about me. And then occasionally, if it's a really great graphic, I can just cover their name if their name happens to be on it, because in this particular group, we're allowed to do that. Or I can create something brand new and I just use their graphics for inspiration. Same with our company's graphics. I just get inspired by what they post. And then I think, okay, now I want to make it personal to me. And so PHOTOFY just happens to make it really, really easy. I use it several times a week. And I love the fact that I can do it anywhere. So, I mean, I do love doing a lot of things on my laptop, but you're waiting in the car, you're waiting for kids, you're at a doctor's appointment. I just jump on the PHOTOFY app and then I start creating things. You can also save things.
So you have the ability, so you have three ways. So you could either create something from scratch, you could take something that someone in your company, like sideline, upline, downline, whatever, has created. So you guys have a group that you kind of share those things. And then your company is also a corporate partner with them. So they have corporate graphics loaded in there as well. So those are the three types of ways. Okay, great. Would you mind to show us like the backside of what this all looks like? So I taught Kathy before the call, like how to screencast her phone. So if you want to go ahead and get that ready and get screencasting. So if you didn't know, it's a little thing, maybe I'll teach it one day. I'll have to do it like from the front side to show you how to screencast your phone to Zoom if you don't know how to do that yet. But Kathy is now a pro at casting her phone.
It's coming. I'm just going to have to now do it for the next couple of days so that it sinks in, right?
Right. And you were saying that you're in like rural area, so even your Wi-Fi isn't that fast, and you can still screencast, which is amazing.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So there's your phone. We see it.
Yep. So it's that third row down on the far right called PHOTOFY.
Okay.
So when I go in there, of course, because Norwex is our corporate, so everything's there. And I'm just going into my collages. So you'll see across the top, I have a choice of selecting something from Norwex. I have a choice of selecting something from my own camera roll.
Okay.
See, so then Norwex, again, offers backgrounds, the monthly specials, anything like that I can take. Okay. And then there's also stock photos. So that would be, I think they probably grab from something like Pixabay and stuff like that. So you can search for that. So, spring. If I wanted something for spring.
Okay.
It's coming. I'll just show. So let's just say I'm taking this one here. So it's there. I can also edit my layout if I wanted to say, make this a banner, which is great because I do change my banners monthly. Or you can do, your regular Facebook post. You can also go over, there's Instagram stories, all the options are there. But let's just say I wanted to take this one where I add my text. That's where I might want to say, welcome to our team. Oh, of course, I can't type. You never can type when somebody else is watching, right?
They're all watching you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like your phone. You can move it over if you need to correct something. So welcome to our team. So this might just be a simple graphic if I'm welcoming somebody new to our team, but there's lots of options. So I can change my font. I can change my color. You can move it around. So that's just sort of something simple. And then you can put your logo on the bottom. We have, of course, a Norwex logo that we can use.
Right.
So depending on the color of my picture. So that's one way. I'm just going to get out of that one and I'll show you something else. So, and you can go back and correct. Obviously, you can save it. And you can also save projects to work on later. So if you happen to be creating something and you get interrupted and you have to go on, you can save it and go back later. So if I was going to, these are just sort of simple things when you get started, like with this particular one here. This was a banner that I made for a Facebook party, but you can see I can adjust it, I can change it. If I want to add things to it, I can. I'll show you a better example. That one's probably not the best there. Well, this is one I made last night.
Cute.
And so I just took the picture of the laundry room off of the stock pictures, but then I added in my own verbiage and, just changed that up. Again, you can change the font, the color, but I'll show you something else here. Let me find one. So let's just say this one in particular, somebody else had made it and then I made this to my own. But if I shared this with another team member or happened to get it from another group, I'll show you how easy it is to change things. So there's, of course, your stickers, very, very similar to Canva. A lot of the things you can do in Canva. But let's just say I wanted to change this. See how I put the square right over? If you go to your color wheel, again, it's like Canva where you can drag it and change your color. So it just makes it real simple, like I say, to grab somebody else's graphics and then change it to make it your own.
With permission. They granted her permission for that.
Yes. Yeah. Like we have several groups where we share a lot of graphics just through, well, daily, sometimes things get posted. And it's okay for us to take them and make them our own and slightly adjust them.
Okay.
And then with Norwex dedicated graphics, maybe that I pull off our own personal website, I can at least add my name and things like that and make it more personal. I'm just gonna, so like this particular one, let's get rid of this. I could go in, like this is one that I got from someone else. So I could go in and just, take her name out, little fine tuning there. Again, just adjust the color. And as you can see, now it's going to have my name on it.
Right.
And again, because of our corporate account, it makes it very easy for us to add our logo. And then if you want to do something in your own photos, let's see here, got a lot of stuff. Again, this was another one that was shared, but it's probably in US pricing. So again, I could go in and change that. So again, it just makes it really easy to adjust. Just taking some of the legwork out of the way. If you're with a company that does a lot of sharing and you've got a lot of people you work with, other team members, and you're sharing a lot of graphics, then you can just personalize it yourself very easily without having to always, invent the wheel. Here's another one, and what I did with this particular one is I kept the try and tell and my logo. And then each week on a Tuesday, I would just change the graphic and change the testimonial. So it made it very easy for me to use a graphic
product. Okay.
Over and over again. Another awesome thing is you can use it for personal.
Okay.
So here I, was helping a friend out and I created this graphic for her with a dress that's reversible and she can use it as a this or that post.
Okay.
So you can use it for your own birthday invitations, your own, if you're planning a shower or doing anything, you can do that as well. And then let me just go back out. And of course, they do offer other things. Again, now it is loaded with our corporate stuff, but you can do videos, you can do photo templates, like there's lots of other options. It's just when I go into all these, of course, they're going to show you our companies.
Right.
But if you just have a regular account, you're going to get all the graphics that everybody can use, right?
Right. So how much is PHOTOFY?
I believe that there is a free account because I have gone in and played with a free account.
Okay.
This one, it is included in our website. So I'm not paying extra for it.
Right.
So sorry, can't answer that one.
Okay. Well, there is a free account, and I do know that it has in-app upgrades. I just don't know like what, because I'm looking at it right now while you're doing that, and I'm seeing that there are upgrade options in here for different things, but there is a free version.
Yeah. So like in a case like this, you know, this is one that, you know, I probably might not post myself because it's very dark.
Right.
So I get an inspiration from it, and then I go ahead and, you know, change it to something that would suit me. So it's just really quick. Like I said, really quick and easy. You can sit in your car and just do it whenever you get a minute. So like banners, posters, invitations, you know, your own photos, doing anything. Like you can post a picture of yourself, right? And then you can have an arrow pointing to something. Like really, you can just do just about anything.
Right. Yes, I love this. And it's another option for people who want to do graphics on the go that maybe find like Canva a little hard to use their mobile app. Some people live by the mobile app for that. Other people struggle with it. So this is just like an easy way that you can, another way that you can do graphics.
Yeah, like here's another spot where I could just go over top of that circle. I can make it any color I want, and then I can put a different message there. You know, it's also, I'll tell you what I do quite often myself too, which really helps my team members, is I do create a graphic, and I can, as you can see, I can create this graphic, but then if I put a message, say, you know, I'm just going to put a word in there just so you can see it. So if I put a word in there and I put my own message, and then I want to share it maybe with a team member so she can put her own graphic in there. If I hit done, okay, so it's saved to my camera roll, but then I can go back, I can take that out, and now I can share it blank to her, and she can put her own message in. So again, I find it a really easy way to share some graphics with my team members. In some cases, I do all the work, and then I just send things to them so that they can easily use. So,
but this way they can add their own if they wanted to. Love it. Love it. Great. Thank you.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I don't. If you want to go ahead and
take
there
us back.
There you go. Look at you getting. I'm coming back. Look at you. You did the screen share too. Yay!
I learned something new today.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I learned something new today. Just
super valuable. If you do Zooms with your team, super valuable to be able to do that. Kathy, thank you so much for sharing PHOTOFY with us and how it all works and what you use it for in your company. And I appreciate you sharing it even from a leadership standpoint, how you use it with your team. So thank you so much for agreeing.
Oh, you're welcome today. You're welcome. Hopefully somebody grabbed a little bit of helpful information out of there. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Take care. We'll see you later, Kathy, and bye, everybody.
Bye.